we don't always believe what's true, we believe what feels true. I'm Bernardo, I'm from Cais 1515, and this is Clear Talks, the podcast of this training course named Clear. So, hi everyone, thank you for being here with me. The first question that I have for you today is, what role do emotions play in how we consume information? Goran, do you like to start?
Sure. Well, I think it plays a big role because everything we do, everything we hear, read, it is based. Our decisions are based on our emotions, and how we are treated and how we treat some information or someone who gave the information. So, I think everything spins around the emotion. So now I will let my colleague Leah speak, so I don't tell everything.
So I'm Leah, I'm from Croatia, and I think that journalists should try to make their articles really objective without playing with our emotions, basically. But I also think that we as consumers can't really separate from our emotions. It's really difficult to separate from our emotions and our opinions. So in the end, we consume the information that we're using based on our emotions.
Okay.
I'm Nera, I'm also from Croatia, and basically I agree with what Leah said, because our emotion usually have a lot to do with also how objectively can we look at the article. So if we are too influenced with the emotion, usually we also become subjective, so it's quite difficult to make a difference.
Yeah, I'm Luna, and we are the Croatian team today, so also from Croatia. I actually had this topic on one of my courses from the linguistic perspective. We analyzed like which we call it sensationalism, like which words they use to like catch our attention. We already mentioned it in our discussions with the groups, with the youth. And I think they use it a lot because, of course, like if they have our attention with like big titles, we will probably read it, open it, and like kind of clickbait on these articles. And I think they use it a lot. But as Leah said, it's like playing with emotions, let's say. Like we also don't read it then objectively. We are like surrounded in like maybe fear, anger, something like that, empathy, and then we read it through other eyes than we should maybe.
I'm going off topic now because I want to ask you what, because of your answers, of course, what triggers you to click on a link?
Well, if something is interesting, if something is new, if something is like, okay, I want to learn this, I want to. So if there is some topic that I long like search and I investigate and something, and then I finally see it, and the link, okay, I want to learn more, I want to see, and that is maybe like a trigger for me.
So I try to be a good consumer regarding information. Emphasis on the try, because I always am like motivated by obviously the topic if I'm interested in the topic, but also I catch myself sometimes clicking on those articles that are like top 12 things you need to do before you're 20, and I'm like, I'm not even under 20 anymore, but I'm gonna click to see what I missed when I was under 20.
Yeah.
Usually I click on things that sound to me like breaking news, something really important I should be informed about, whether it's in Croatia or world in general. But also sometimes I just for fun click those titles that sound very sensational, even if I'm aware they're fake.
Yes,
it's just funny to read sometimes how people try to get your attention with those titles.
Yeah. For me, it's like a combination from the three ones. I also, unfortunately, click these sensations, and I mean, not all, but for me, it's either the news that are like local for me that could like affect my surroundings or such things that I like to read what's happening, or if something like let's say important for my national community or the world, global. So I I also do such things like fun entertainment. I click at this, but also like things that I search for if I need some topic for my I don't know university or something. Then I go like strategically and search what I need to do. So yeah.
And now more a philosophical question. Danielle told me that this question was very philosophical. So, do you think our algorithms are emotional? And if so, how can we beat them? It's difficult. It's hard, I know. So sorry.
Well, our algorithms are emotional, and I mean the way to beat them is to. It's not easy to turn off the emotions, but in some situations, some things we have to see it like realistically, and we have to follow our mind. Like there is a saying, "Follow your mind, not your heart." It can trick you. So yes, I think we just have to somehow turn it off. Yeah.
I think that the algorithm is emotional and it mostly focuses on interaction, and the most of the time the interaction is usually anger. The emotion that we see is anger, where people are basically writing angry comments under a post, and the algorithm gets better and better. It pushes it into your feed because it gets a lot of comments, and that's why I'm saying I think anger is the most shown, because anger or hate comments or rage bait comments, I think they are the quickest and the longest, and they are pushed into the algorithm because it's the algorithm perceives it as relevant, and then we see it more.
That's it.
Basically, I would agree with what they said, but I just wouldn't agree that algorithms themselves are emotional. I just think that they're designed to aim at our emotion. So yeah, basically to trigger all these feelings, but not algorithms themselves. People design it in order to get emotions out of us.
Exactly what I wanted to say. Yes, the algorithm itself is not, because it's just following our emotion. Like if we react to, I don't know, loving stuff, hateful stuff, or something like that, we will get more of it. So it's based on our emotion. The algorithm is just like following what we to what we react. So what are we looking, how many time we are spending on these things. If we are spending more time on looking puppies online, we will get more puppies and so on. Yeah.
And sorry.
Can I say
Yeah.
just what Lea said? So about the hateful comments. So I noticed that maybe like, for example, on Facebook comment section, there is like there may be some ads or some guy promoting his business, and the Facebook only allows like the hateful comments because it attracts attention, attracts people. People love drama, hate comments, and they figure out what do they need to do to attract more people to that. So yeah, I wanted to add that.
Can I also add
Yes,
something?
let me just you can, but let me just ask you this: and why? I don't know if it's the correct way to put it, but why do we love hate so much, and why we don't love that much? I don't know if it's the right way, but I think you get it.
We get it.
You cannot. Sorry.
I can connect it to my answer.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that we hate, love, any other emotion, specifically hate, because we are taught to hate. There are no like babies don't hate, little children don't hate. We're just taught from the environment we live in. So it is mostly the environment, the parents, the people we hang out with. They are most like inflicts on us. So people are not born; they are taught to hate. Yes.
I'm not the type of person that would engage with such comments, with hateful comments. And oftentimes when I see hateful comments under like TikToks or Instagram, I usually think to myself of this conspiracy theory that half of them are probably bots and not even real
And they
people.
are, and they are. It's
And
true.
they
It's a
are
fact.
because they are enriching the algorithm. They are pushing it forward. So a lot of people are. That's my opinion. A lot of people are buying fake followers, are buying fake accounts that are gonna push your content forward.
And it's sorry just to interrupt you, but it's actually true because if we start to look at the profiles that writes hate comments, you can see they are all
Yeah.
fake because they have a flag or they have a little kitten or they are people with sunglasses on and so on. So and many other things, of course, not just this.
Well, I definitely agree, but I also think if we talk about the hate in digital world, sometimes it's much easier for people to leave hate comments if they have like a fake account and it's in digital world. They're quite brave. If they had to say the same thing in person to someone in their face, like they wouldn't dare. So it's much easier to do that when they don't have to take any responsibility for the hate they put out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would combine maybe the parts like of what Goran said, actually the primal socialization, like from the family, friends and stuff, and maybe also the nature like of people. Like we love drama. That's a fact. Like everything on social media is actually involved. I saw like a lot of examples on, I don't know, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram and stuff. It's always like the same conflicts between the same people and followers are just pushing and pushing and pushing the same theme, and that's actually good for the people who they are talking about because they are getting even more famous and famous, and everybody actually hears from them, but on a, let's say, hateful way. But I also saw one influencer or something like that said like they love the people that hate on them because of them they get money in the pocket. So that's actually a twisted thing in a circle that goes around.
Leila, go ahead.
I also just reminded myself of I think that a lot of people actually don't know how to handle their anger and rage, so they
True.
just take it out on the internet, and they didn't learn through socialization how to actually handle their rage and not put it out on other people.
We are talking about hate too much, so how can humor and empathy can be used to build critical thinking, and how can we help each other out to live in a more inclusive in digital environment?
Well, it can help. So humor, maybe sarcasm, it all helps in a way that it's like joking, but it's like not mean or a little bit mean, but it is good for people, especially for the digitalization. Because like on the comment section there are like friends who like who just tease other friends on their like comment section, on their like posts, everything, and it shows just friendly banter. It's not necessarily to be hate. It depends on the individual.
I think there's a point where humor can become cyberbullying at one point, where we think we're joking, but the person that is getting all of the sarcastic comments or humor that we think is humor for us. The other person on the other end can actually think that it's not good for them, is severely impacting their mental health. So I think we should teach or educate youngsters where that line is. And also, I think empathy is not learned in schools enough. I think there's stagnation in empathy currently, and that we should focus on it more in education. And also, what I wanted to say is I remember this one instance where I advised to someone for, like, if you are cyberbullied, just respond with humor. The bullies don't like that. So that's another point.
Well, I totally agree with what Lea said, and she reminded me of an old video I saw. It's from the characters or maybe actors, influencers, Key and Peele. So they were. Do you know about them? No. Okay, I'll show you. They made like a little video on TikTok about miscommunication or communication, but how other people see it on the other side. So one, he's going on the other side, he's all sweet, okay, we'll hang out, right, and the other one is getting that like different, like on the rage. And he's like, oh my God, what he did say? Oh, he's done when I meet him. And he's like, and he's like, oh, what a sweet guy. And just a different perceptions of.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree that humor can maybe sometimes be misunderstood, so that's something we have to be careful with. What they said, basically, I think empathy is maybe a better way, because as soon as someone feels understood and like you've gone through something they've gone through, for example, cyberbullying, it's easier to connect, maybe share your own experience. So definitely, I agree, there is a lack of empathy today.
Yeah, I would like combine these two again. Like on the one side, we have this, let's say, defense through humor, like Lea mentioned, like answering with the same like amount. But I also saw a lot of such examples nowadays, like dealing with some issues through humor, like making I don't know, sarcastic videos, something like that, to show like any problems in the society, but through miscommunication or misunderstanding, and like making it some kind of sapphire or something like that. So that's I think a nice way to show the people, okay, that's the problem with you, but through a funny way. And people actually like realized, and I saw in the comments that, oh yeah, I actually am like this, I need to like, I don't know, fix some things. So I think it works in a way, not for everyone, but at least something.
So that's it for now. Recognizing our emotions is the beginning of clarity. Thank you for this episode of Clear Talks. It is co-financed by European Union. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4.